Whole industry wants government to allow the sale of liquor for off-site consumption, particularly on weekends. The National Liquor Trader Council and the Liquor Traders Association of South Africa says this will encourage home consumption. It will also lessen the economic risk faced by small township businesses and independent traders. Alcohol industry representative Mr. Lucky Ntimane joining us now bright and early on a Sunday morning to discuss this. Lucky, hello to you. And we are, of course, talking about off-site consumption currently permitted, to remind viewers, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, excluding public holidays. What are you in the alcohol industry actually calling for, just so our viewers are very clear where you're coming from?
Good morning, Gareth, and good morning to our viewers as well. So what we're calling for is the relaxation of the current restrictions placed on consumption of liquor, which states that liquor is available, as you rightly mentioned, 9 till 5 weekdays and not available over the weekend. But we see that there's actually an opportunity around relaxing that space of the off-premise, which will allow people to have the occasion of at-home consumption to also take hold. Because currently, as it is, all pressure is placed on the consumption of liquor, which is the taverns, the pubs, and the restaurants, but none whatsoever allowed for the at-home consumption, which we feel that it will play a very bigger role on managing the potential spread of the COVID-19 pandemic, as it were. So we're calling on the president to actually relax the off-premise restrictions placed and allow off-premise to take hold, because that's also a significant sector, as it also supplies your bars and taverns and restaurants over the weekend. What has happened now is that, the illegal guys have taken over and they are running multiple sophisticated supply chain over the weekend so that they can supply these restaurants and bars. So you're having a secondary market created, which doesn't contribute positively to any fiscal or to any industry initiative around responsible consumption of liquor, which the industry has come together to advocate. So we are saying that let's relax, let's allow the off-premise to take hold so that we can normalize the industry, but as well support the livelihoods that the off-premise channel carries, as well as also assist in combating the spread of COVID-19, as it will have multiple occasions created that will allow for liquor to be enjoyed at home, as well as continuously enjoyed at a tavern space or pub or restaurant.
Well, we've just been running the story just before I came to you, Lucky, about a police sting operation taking place in Johannesburg last night. There's also reports of a nightclub being bust last night, well after midnight, no social distancing, alcohol being consumed outside of the regulations, not excusing that behavior, of course, but this is exactly what you're talking about. People are now breaking the law over the weekend because they're not getting alcohol and able to take it home. So I suppose that speaks to where you're coming from, but there are concerns as well that if you're not able to buy alcohol on weekends, what's happening on a Friday afternoon? People are leaving work early to get to their local liquor store, and they're stocking up on alcohol, more alcohol than they normally would buy for the weekend, because they can't buy it on a weekend. That results in binge drinking. That could result in violence as well. I imagine that's where you're coming from.
Yes, Garth, you have actually summarized it very well, but let me also touch on the important matter of the police raid. We've got a strong relationship with SAPS as well as the Department of Social Development. I'm sure you might be aware that the alcohol industry has committed over 150 million towards PPEs, supporting the health sector in the fight against COVID-19. We actually had a meeting with the Commissioner of Police for Gauteng. We are engaging with the Commissioner of Police for Eastern Cape, as well as the MEC for Safety and Security for the Western Cape, to try and find ways in which we can work together to address not just societal ills linked to alcohol abuse or irresponsible drinking, but also other social matters like gender-based violence, as we have developed a new concept called Tavern Dialogues, which addresses the issue of gender-based violence at a tavern level, which deals with issues of men and addresses causal factors that lead to gender-based violence. So there's a lot that the industry has committed to tackling societal ills, and we partner with our important social partners in government. So we are in touch with SAPS, and we support their initiatives to eradicate crime, but also to curb the irresponsible outlets that continue to not follow the protocols as it relates to COVID-19. So we commend the good work that the Minister Cele and his team are doing, and we'll continue to support them in that regard.
Just a final question to you, Lucky, before I say goodbye to you and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. What is your understanding of why government is not allowing off-site sales over weekends? Many people are asking what's the difference between the week and the weekend. Just before I say goodbye to you, what's your understanding why it's currently in place in the fashion that it is?
It is very unclear, to be honest with you. In our engagements with government, it has not been well articulated as to why it's not allowed. Hence, we are then saying to the president, let us look at the logic behind actually the positive spin-off of allowing off-premise to take hold to be able to operate. It will allow for almost as another occasion, which is actually extremely important in combating COVID-19. People will be able to buy their liquor and enjoy at home and clear the congestion that currently is taking hold in the on-premise space. And also, if you look at the liquor traders that are in the off-premise space, they contribute over 50% towards the alcohol sales in the country. Right now, they're struggling. Almost 29% salaries slashed in that space. And a lot of them, rely on having to pay rent for their businesses to be able to operate. And because they are not making as much money as they used to, it means some of them are now unable to even pay up their rent, meaning that by default, their liquor licenses are expiring and they're out of business. They cannot be able to continue. Jobs are at risk. They're being lost. So we need to really, as we partner with government, ensure that livelihoods are preserved, but as well we respect the economic imperatives of the liquor traders who continue to trade in alcohol in a responsible manner.
I appreciate your time this morning. Alcohol industry representative Lucky Ntimane joining us here on the South African Morning. My thanks to him in speaking to us here on the show on eNCA.